Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is the indie game of the week, Transistor. Transistor is an action RPG, guys. If you are familiar with Bastion, you are, of course, going to recognize familiar elements in this amazing title, guys. It released May 2014. It was developed and published by Supergiant Games, the geniuses, of course, behind Bastion. You can go ahead and get Transistor on Steam for $19.99, and you should. It's also available off their website and on PlayStation. Now, guys, this is a game I've been waiting for since it was first announced. This game is a piece of art. It's beautiful in every regard, musically, graphically. This game took my breath away and never gave it back, guys. It's a cyberpunk and gothic collide into an amazing action game, guys. The combat is tactical, the gameplay never gets old. I won't spoil the story for you. Needless to say, it starts off very mysteriously. All you really need to know is that you play Red, a former singer, and a dynamite bombshell with a big badass sword and something to prove. So let's get to it, guys. I've been playing the game for about an hour now. And this is kind of the where I kind of left off before I started recording here. So let's talk about what you're looking at right here. On the bottom of the screen are my abilities, which are all tailored to buttons on my controller. And I can press each button and it'll do something, a corresponding ability. Like this one, for instance, is kind of like a basic attack. I can press this button and it kind of shoots these like grenade type weapon. It like sends out a blast and then that kind of explodes outward. I press the Y button and I can dodge. I press my B button and I kind of do this long range attack, which takes up quite a bit of energy, and it can hit foes from a distance. And I can use those pretty much freely as I see fit. Now the yellow bar above that is my health, and that can drain rather rapidly fast here. So one of the main features of this game, and these, if I were to approach these enemies, they would start draining my life, by the way. As you can see, they have like a little circle on the floor there. One of the main features of this game, guys, is the awesome tactical combat, which is represented by this freeze mode. I guess you could say this is when you stop time and you can plot out your tactics and your moves almost down to a T, exactly how you want to do things. For instance, when you enter this mode, you'll get a reticle when you go to activate your abilities. For instance, I will now go ahead and, let's say, dash behind this enemy, and then strike him with my sword, dash to this enemy, strike him with my sword, and as you can see, as I do more and more abilities, that bar on the top of the screen fills up. Eventually to the point where I can't do any more abilities. But as soon as I hit my right trigger, it literally plays out all of my moves in the order that I put them. And now I got one thing you do have to do is you kind of have to collect, when the enemies die, they drop these, like these seeds, these I don't know exactly what they're called, but basically you have to collect them before they respawn and enter combat again. Right now we're being attacked by some creeps, which are basically kind of like just these enemies that shoot lasers at you. And one of the things I really like about this game is that the way that the abilities can kind of chain off of each other. You can kind of use them to your advantage. There's also a way to upgrade your abilities, which we'll get into a little bit more in a second. So I'll go ahead and crash that guy a couple times. I'll move over. You know, actually, I think that was a bad idea. Hold on. Go back. Can I? There we go. Perfect. And then we'll do that. Pow! Pow! And oh, yes! Okay, now I have to wait, unfortunately, for my bar to fill back up before I can use my abilities again. But that is okay, because it usually fills up pretty quickly. So we're going to go ahead and... Well, actually, no, hold on. Hold a tick here. I think we're right behind him there. No, that's not his back. That's his back. Alright, he's dead. Pretty sure he's dead. Alright. And then we'll teleport over here. We'll dash over here, I should say, not teleport. Well, it's kind of like a teleport almost. And that should do it. I love it, man! And you can just see how fast the combat is. Well, those little things are called cells, not seeds. My bad about that. But yes, this is something that you can. I mean, you can use your abilities outside of the mode, I guess you could say, when you freeze time, as it were. You don't have to use that, but for the most part, because the combat gets very difficult. And as you can see, I've already lost half health. You're going to want to use that most of the time. Okay, so I collect these seeds there before they respawn. Every time you finish combat, you will gain experience and you will level. When you level up, you gain access to new abilities or functions which you add to your transistor, which is your sword. And as you can see, this one, for instance, is called load or switch. And it says active slot ability, which is one of my 4 slots on the bottom of the screen. Form a volatile packet, strike packet to produce a large blast. This one is switch after alter a target's allegiance, causing it to serve the user. Now, let's say I don't want to use one of these abilities in my main 4 slots. I can use it as an upgrade slot instead. As you can see, that has a different effect. Integrating allegiance, altering subroutine into most functions. Basically, almost kind of, instead of having it as an active ability, it gives almost a chance to activate on its own as an effect. This one increases the area effect of most functions. So we're going to go ahead and let's grab, I like switch, which switch sounds interesting. And then basically the way you activate these abilities, you go to these consoles that are all around the game, and you can alter your abilities and kind of enhance them more and more. Now, if I wanted to, I could remove, let's say, Jaunt, and then make this ability one of my main 4. But I'm not going to do that, because Jaunt is my, well, for one, is my dodging ability. And it seems like it would be just as beneficial as it was as a side benefit as it was anything else. So basically, this one, for instance, already has a other ability on it, which is like a stealth ability, which allows me as a passive ability is to backstab. So I'm going to add not only now. Oh, okay, so I can't add any more. That's okay. So I guess eventually you can add more than 1 to abilities, but for now it's only 1. So we're going to go ahead and add the charm ability to this kind of explosive one, and maybe it'll allow us to see kind of interesting things that happen if it'll give like a charm effect overall the explosion or the initial shot. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess we'll see how that works out. And after every battle, your health does recharge, of course, and you go on to the next area, and you're kind of pushing your way through the area. So let's go ahead and start looking at stuff here. Of course, there's these there's many areas for you to explore.
This can't be the channel.
And really, the pace of the game is how you decide for it to go. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's see what we're looking at here. Let's go ahead and I'm kind of curious. Woo-wee! We got a lot of them here. Okay, let's go ahead and just like hit there. Then we're gonna do this. Hit as many as we can. I think that's basically all we can do.
Guess what's inside?
Oh, good lord! Oh, good lord! Oh, good lord! Okay, so this big ass guy has like an area effect ability, and we gotta watch out for him because he can hurt us real bad if we're not careful. But I'm gonna go ahead and take out these other enemies around him first before he can get close to us here. Perfect. See if we can do that again. Oh lord. Oh, interesting. Now I see we've kind of charmed that enemy. Every time we hit it with that ability, and we can kind of just, well, we can kind of pound on it if we wanted to right now. So let's go ahead and, you know, we'll wait for a second here. We'll gather that so that way he doesn't respawn. And I'm going to find an opportunity to get behind this guy. Let's go ahead and get behind him. And like I said, guys, the combat is extremely tactical the way it works. We're going to backstab the crap out of this guy. And he should be pretty messed up from this. I mean, yes, it's kind of the same attack, but it's just because I have a back attack ability.
Do your worst, pal.
Oh, I didn't see that guy respond. Oh, good lord! Oh, good lord! Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna want to get the heck out of there, because he hurt us bad just then. And like I said, you can be quickly overwhelmed. We're going to go a little bit farther away than even that. We're going to go ahead and... Well, you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to go ahead and... we're going to cancel that. We're actually going to go ahead and use that ability. And hopefully that will work out. And then we're going to go ahead and kill... No, actually, no. What we'll do is we'll teleport over one more time. And then we'll kill that guy. There we go. Each ability does have a certain amount of range, obviously. You can't just keep going, you know, for infinite space there. You have a certain amount of distance that you can go before things just go bad, I guess you could say. Alright, so he's kind of freaking out now. Oh, good lord! Okay. We're going to do the same thing to him again. And then we're going to go ahead and wail on him a couple times. Please die! Oh, we can't hurt him when he is charmed. That's interesting. Okay, so we're going to have to hurt him from afar. Oh, good lord. Okay. We're in trouble here for sure, guys. So we gotta get away from this guy. As you can see, the game is not necessarily easy. It's actually can be rather challenging. I don't think we're gonna get that off, will we? Yeah! Oh, I thought we were toast in that battle for sure, but we actually managed to beat him. Are you kidding me? I only got like 30%. I thought I got way more for that. So like I was saying earlier, guys, the game kind of lets you explore things how you see fit. I just entered this area. There was another area I could go to, I think, a little farther back, wasn't there? Oh, I guess not. Alright. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. But like I said, you can just the game has a lot of areas to explore. And occasionally you'll find these consoles, guys. And these consoles are almost kind of your character's, your silent protagonist's way of almost getting a little bit to know Red, getting to see her personality here. For instance, this says, News brief, the northwestern quadrant of Cloud Bank remains offline pending investigation, OPI. Authorities are downplaying any connections between their investigation and recent disappearances. Chief Inspector Walter Nees praised the work of the 18th Precinct charged with the task. This is the most thorough procedure ever conducted on my watch, said Mr. Nees. Presently, there is no estimate for when Goldlock citizens will be able to return home. And then you can kind of comment on that, and Red will kind of, you get, like I said, you'll get a little bit of a feel for what's going on in her mind, guys. So let's talk about the graphics, guys. The graphics are gorgeous, guys. They're almost really, it's almost like a mixture of gothic and cyberpunk. It's really just very stylized and gorgeous the way it all looks. And I enjoy it a lot. One thing I also have to say is the music is phenomenal. And one of my favorite things about this game is just this one simple button, which is my left bumper, and she can hum. And that is just so eerie and haunting and beautiful to me. And I love that they added that to the game. You can tell that the music plays a big, it's almost its own character in this game, the music. And it's just so eerie and haunting the way the music plays and how intense it gets as you move forward into the game, with the visuals of everything and how everything looks, of course, also. So I guess that was the wrong way. It led us to another battle, but that's okay because I could definitely use the experience. We'll continue
get ready to get jumped.
Moving forward here.
Or not.
You can, of course, see, just like I said, the hand-painted environments, just the pipes, there's the almost cyberpunk, steampunk, gothic style to it all. It's just very awesome looking, guys. So we got into this situation here, and in this situation, this enemy right here in the middle, which I'll just run over there really quick, or not. This enemy in the middle here, he's kind of protecting that guy, so I could not harm him unless I take out that guy first. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, but I'm not gonna waste all of that energy to do that. I'm just gonna simply do that. And then we're going to go ahead and I wonder if we could turn him even though he's protected. Let's find out. Oh, we missed. We missed twice.
Some kind of cheerleader this time.
Woo! Woo!
Good to go.
Ow. Okay, we're going to turn this guy. And then we're going to go ahead and shoot that guy. And then we're going to go ahead and jump over here. Let's see what happens. Alright, so we definitely still have to take care of that guy there. They're fighting each other. Oh, this guy's pissing me off. Ah. Get away from me, man.
One's back.
There we go. Keep them turned against each other. That's the good idea. Oh, now they're both turned against each other. That's interesting. Alright, now we'll just mess up the world and finish this guy off right here. Oopsie. I need to aim that a little bit more better. There we go. Backstab the crap out of him into death. Okay, so actually one of those is an overkill. Ah, we'll overkill him. What the hell? And then we will go back. I just say I have to love just kind of the lightning, just fast reflexes that the entire tactical combat offers. Just the way you just teleport from place to place and just how fast the entire combat truly is just really awesome, guys. We're going to teleport in there, and then we're going to kill this guy. I think I hit the wrong ability twice. Okay, that worked out. Alright, so there we go. So I think you got a good idea of how the awesome combat system works in this game. There's a lot of different kinds of abilities, guys. A lot of different kinds of upgrades to get here, guys. Not just what you've seen so far. And like I said, it's kind of like Bastion, obviously. There's a lot of other elements to the game to be played with. Challenge modes and other things of that nature. Will that not work? Okay, so let's go ahead and jaunt. And then we'll jaunt again there. And then we should be able to backstab him. Or not. Hold the tick. Okay, hold the tick. Where is his back? His back is there? Is that his back? Nope. Oh, okay, well, let's just go around here for a second. Let's see if we can find his back. There it is. Okay. There's his back. Okay. So we'll go there. Oopsie. Too far. Let's just run forward a little bit. And then he'll be dead. I don't think he's going to survive this. Shred kicked his ass pretty brutally there. And I think that's all the enemies, unless I'm missing one. The combat has not ended, though. Oh, okay, there you go. As though the combat still hasn't ended. I wonder who's left. Oh, there's one. Punk. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and wait for you to turn back here. And then we're going to kill you. Goodbye. How dare you touch her, man.
I guess we're done here.
So like I said, guys, the game does have a new game plus mode. It also has varying difficulties. The enemies can get harder and harder and harder. And you can see how that tactical combat really starts coming into play as you get deeper and deeper into the game. The game, of course, starts introducing different kinds of enemies and different ways to fight them. You can come up with your own playstyle, your own tactics for fighting people, guys. And it's really just... I enjoy the combat system so much because it's very, very, very tactical, guys. And, of course, I cannot play this game without mentioning Logan Cunningham's voice acting, guys. It's amazing. It's fantastic, of course. Let's go over here. Occasionally, you will find abilities out in the open, like this, and then your sword will kind of grab them, process them, and add them to your ability list.
Well, we're gonna get you out of here. He says the process wiped him out.
Interesting.
He's too far gone.
Alright.
They know we're here.
Oh boy. Alright, so we got an enemy here that's going to be kind of tricky to fight. Because this enemy, one of the things the enemy does here is this enemy
She brought help.
kind of oh good lord. Ow! Oh good lord. Okay. This enemy kind of dodges every time you hit it, so it can be a rather difficult enemy to fight. But I have to say that charming ability is working just fantastically, and it also creates like these shadow effects too, which can be a little bit difficult to deal with. But we'll definitely find a way to kill it here. We're gonna definitely have to go into this mode here. Let's wait. Okay, here we go. And then we're going to kill the cheerleader. And then we're going to go ahead and... I think we're going to blast the young lady into hell, hopefully.
Still kicking, huh?
And then we're going to stay away from these enemies as best as we can. Okay. Teleport here. Move around. And then backstab the crap out of the young lady. And that should be the end of that enemy, for sure. And then the enemies can explode into cells, of course, which we need to collect as soon as possible, which did not work out for us at all. But that's okay, because we have like an area effect attack, which will take care of them pretty quickly here. And we'll just go ahead and blast them from here. You know what? You need to just die in a fire. And that should be the end of that enemy, guys. And guys, like I said, the story is really intense, guys. It's very mysterious, but it reveals it to you in a very cool way with music and just the style, the art, guys. Like I said, guys, the game is just all very stylized and gorgeous, guys. I really cannot get over the fact of how beautiful this game is and the way that it looks. The game, of course, does feature some steamy goodness if you're into that kind of thing. Achievements and cards and all that good stuff. You'll get about 6 or 8 hours of gameplay total also from this game. And like I said, guys, I highly suggest you to get this game, guys.
What's the good word?
We'll check this out a little bit later. But I could honestly talk about this game for hours, guys, and how awesome it is. But I want to get you to a good point to kind of just lead you off here, guys. And guys, this is just one example of just the amazing artwork that's in this game, guys. For just everything's just hand painted, everything's just gorgeous looking, guys. And it's just all really just awesome and mysterious the way the entire thing looks, guys. Guys, I could gush over this game for hours. It's well made, beautiful, fun, offers quite a bit of replayability. The entire feel of the game is eerie but gorgeous. It really is an experience. From the music to the hand-painted artwork, the game is obviously a labor of love and passion. This is what indie is all about, guys. Look at that, guys. It's gorgeous right there, guys. Plain and simple, get this game, guys. I highly recommend it. You will not regret it. And we're going to see what happens when we approach this microphone, and then we'll probably leave it off here. Big thanks to the developer for a chance to review this game. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe, and I will keep bringing you amazing indie games like this one. Till next time, this has been the Indie Game of the Week, Transistor.